I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
So. Alrighty then. Onward.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
For there is no protection against malevolence.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Well, that's just because I'm directionally challenged, and you know, it's fine. I'll get there eventually.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
So, you sent him into the... Alrighty then.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Well, I mean, he might not be afraid, but he'll be dead as shit. What's he looking like? Damn!
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I'll deal with you later. One moment, my good sir. Now,
Soon the time
who are
will
you?
come when you will all be judged for
Excuse
your
me,
sins.
sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
Nope.
Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry,
Who are you looking for?
I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
wonderful! But first,
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
this is all entirely off the record.
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
Ah, there you go. Hey, I can help.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
Gonosyphilis?
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
That nobody cares about. Alright. Alright.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Well, I mean, I get it, but
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
You gotta keep the herd in line, you know what I'm saying?
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
You're stopped. Wait, what is it? You want? Oh well.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
None yet?
It's confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Well, alrighty then.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Fairly well. That's what I figured. How many more got here? Like 37 of y'all just behind it, you know, just chilling. You as loud as you want to be, huh? There's no reason at all, just loud. I don't remember what that one means. Whatever. Look. Shut up. Oh, look, you brought friends. I could have. No. There we go. There we go. And there we are. And there you go. Not like it. Look, oh, you son of a bitch. That's unfortunate. You still got me, you son of a bitch. No! I do not... Are you kidding me? Fucking Destiny's Child about to start playing in the background and shit. You better go on with this motherfucker. Bastard. Ooh, hello. I better switch my controller. There we go. Ooh. So hello, puppet. Just walk around the cemetery at nighttime. Been there, done that.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Wonderful.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Wow.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Alrighty then.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
He's got the sniffles. Crap. Of course, you back here all by yourself in your own lonesome. Of course not. Ah well, might as well.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Right, anyhow, on to this.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Wow. Wow.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Okay. Well, now you have, so it's another lady you can be infatuated with and not actually know anything about. Crazy guy. Huh?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Find the letter. In Dudicles. I'm pretty sure that's not the letter they're talking about, but I'll take it. Oh dear. Yoo-hoo!
Good evening, Mr. Nithicott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor her artist friends were and how she helped them.
My parents pay for my rent, my food, and my clothes. All I have to give them in return is lies they do not believe.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
Wow.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Well, all rigatoni then. That go over there. And of course, not in this direction. I thought I saw a booty tat. What are you? Yoo-hoo!
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Right. What do you mean tell you about? She can't talk. Ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Tell me about Richard Nithicott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
I don't... What? I don't know if I should have clicked on that at all. Obviously he hasn't talked to her because he likes the mystery of the situation because he's a fucking cloudhead. This game is super fun, but some of these choices are just catch me as odd. Well, yes, she can understand. It doesn't mean she can talk back. Although, can you write? You got a chalkboard? Etch-a-sketch?
I know you understand what I'm saying.
Charades?
Your
Sign
silence
language?
has nothing to do with her being mute, does it?
You could chew up Pop-Tarts into the shape of letters and move them around into words. You know what I'm saying?
Very well. Goodbye, then.
Huh. Alright. So you just... The hell? Why is it... Oh. They're in cahoots. Well, okay. Now, where am I going? Mailbox and a ladder. Oh, so she just puts these out everywhere. My.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Little pig, that's me. Yoo-hoo!
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be nasty.
Slut! What happened?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling,
Hepatitis?
but I'd like to ask you a few questions if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Oh, no. Well,
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Work on your accent and don't let people know where you're from. I don't know. I got nothing for you. Yeah, sure. I don't really care one way or the other.
I always
Just
thought I was the master
passing through.
of my own fate.
Yeah.
But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Then why tell me at all? Make sure. Yeah, okay. Oh no.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Womp womp womp.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Madam, I assure you, that is not what I'm here for.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
400 million. Now I don't care.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you,
See?
sir.
I have bad manners and I tell you the truth.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Radio then. Anyway, mailbox. Or not mailbox. Dirt. Loading screens. What is happening? Little pig, little pig.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Look, let me tell you a story. I'm gonna leverage your family drama over your head so you'll open the door. It's fine.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
You can get a
All
step
right.
stool and everything.
Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Cool. That's right. That's right. Hello.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reid.
Well, I mean, there's some stuff that's not in common, most likely.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Wow. Well, we already know about this one.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Wow.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Wow.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but
You know what I'm saying?
thank you, Dr. Reid.
Just met.
I appreciate your trust.
Just met. Already having after school specials. Better calm your ass down. Is there anything here? Nope.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Ooh. There you go. Hey, get off the furniture. Now, look. If a friggin' rabid Frankenstein with nunchucks comes out of the woodworks or something, I'm gonna be pissed. Actually, that would be kind of ridiculous. Hello, dead and dying people. Nothing? Oh, why? I thought. Huh. Well, alrighty then. No clue. Yeah. Indeed. Beg pardon? That's a lot of XP.
I need help!
Hold on, lady, I'm looting the place. Give me a minute. Bye, babies.